Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of two budget smartphones below the 12K price segment. We have the Nokia 5.1 Plus price 10,999 and we also have the Redmi 6 Pro price 10,999. So these two devices have completely different hardware and specifications. So in this video we'll compare these two devices and see which is better in which all areas. So let's get started. First step, let's have a look at the design and build quality of these two devices. So looking at the design, you can see that both these devices have almost similar design. Both have the notch. You can see the notch on the 5.1 Plus is slightly wider, while it's a bit more compact on the Redmi 6 Pro. And you can also see the bottom section of the display has the Nokia logo, while it's almost plain on the Redmi 6 Pro. So design wise both are quite similar. Now looking at the back panel, this is one area where the Nokia 5.1 Plus takes the lead with glass finishing. This looks pretty good in terms of the build quality, while we have metal construction on the Redmi 6 Pro, and this again feels good, but Redmi 6 Pro is slightly heavier than the Nokia 5.1 Plus. So overall in terms of design and build quality, our choice probably would be the Nokia 5.1 Plus, but again a personal choice. The Redmi 6 Pro is definitely good in terms of the build quality as well. Now next let's talk about the display quality. So this is one area where the Redmi 6 Pro takes the lead with a full HD plus resolution display, 19:9 aspect ratio, while we have an HD plus resolution on the Nokia 5.1 Plus, again with the notch. Now the display size it's 5.8 on the Nokia 5.1 Plus, while 5.84 on the Redmi 6 Pro. So display quality looks good on the Nokia 5.1 Plus, but with full HD panel and overall better sharpness levels, the display on the Redmi 6 Pro is the winner here. Now that's the display aspect. Neither of them have Gorilla Glass protection, while we have NEG Glass protection on the Nokia 5.1 Plus. So both these devices are pretty good in terms of display performance, but our choice would be the Redmi 6 Pro. Now talking about the software. So this is one area where these two devices differ a lot, because we have a stock Android under the Android One platform on the Nokia 5.1 Plus, and we have the stock UI. So if you're a person who likes the stock Android and want the updates on a regular basis, then the Nokia 5.1 Plus is the device to go, because Nokia has been pretty good with updates, and they release the security patches on a monthly basis. So if you're a person who is more interested on the updates cycle, then the Nokia 5.1 Plus makes better choice. Now if you're looking at the software on the Redmi 6 Pro, so this comes with the MIUI 9.6 and this is slated to get the MIUI 10 later. So if you're a person who loves a lot of customization, including themes, support for app lock, dual apps, second space, and a whole lot of features from the UI, then the Redmi 6 Pro with MIUI 9.6 makes better choice, because you get a lot of options to customize, but then you have to forget about updates, because Xiaomi doesn't provide that many update cycles. They do provide updates only majority for MIUI, not the Android updates. So it's a personal choice whether you want the stock Android or a customizable UI. So both have pretty good performance in terms of the software. Now next let's talk about the overall performance. So here we have a Helio P60 octa-core chipset on the Nokia 5.1 Plus with 3GB RAM, while we have Snapdragon 625 with 3GB RAM. This also comes in 4GB RAM variant as well. Now talking about the performance, so Snapdragon 625 is a tried and tested chipset, and we have seen this on a lot of smartphones. It is a pretty good processor, but it is kind of older chipset, and the gaming experience on the Redmi 6 Pro was quite good and a satisfactory experience, but the Helio P60 is a bit more powerful than the Snapdragon 625, and the performance wise the Nokia 5.1 Plus takes the lead, especially with games. Heavy graphic rich games can be easily played with the Nokia 5.1 Plus and the Helio P60 chipset. So that's the performance aspect. So here we feel the Nokia 5.1 Plus definitely has an edge in terms of the overall performance. Now other aspects, both these devices have dual SIM cards. We have dedicated SD card slot on the Redmi 6 Pro, while we have a hybrid slot on the Nokia 5.1 Plus. Now Nokia 5.1 Plus has a dual VoLTE support, while we have no dual VoLTE on the Redmi 6 Pro, and the second SIM card is 3G only, because 625 does not support dual VoLTE. Now the fingerprint scanner on both the devices is placed on the back panel, and both are quite accurate in unlocking the device, so no major difference here. Now face unlock is available on the Redmi 6 Pro, while there is no face unlock on the Android One powered smartphones, but you have this trusted face option, which is definitely not the best experience in terms of the face unlocking. Now call quality and speaker performance looks pretty good on both these devices. Now moving on to the camera, so we have a dual camera setup on both these devices. We have 12 and 5 megapixel camera combination on the Redmi 6 Pro, while we have 13 and 5 megapixel camera combination on the Nokia 5.1 Plus. The front camera on both these devices is an 8 megapixel shooter. Now looking at the camera samples taken with these two devices, here you can see that the Redmi 6 Pro is a tad better in terms of the overall camera performance, and it is a bit more consistent in terms of the color reproduction, and looks quite okay. The portrait mode is also a tad superior on the Redmi 6 Pro. So overall in terms of the camera experience, both in daylight and as well as low light performance, we feel the Redmi 6 Pro has an edge over the Nokia 5.1 Plus. So when we reviewed the Nokia 5.1 Plus camera, we mentioned that it is strictly average, not a great performer altogether. And the selfie experience looks quite okay on both these devices. So overall in terms of the camera performance, while the Redmi 6 Pro is not a great performer, it is still better than the Nokia 5.1 Plus. Now finally, the battery life. So we have a 3060 mAh battery on the Nokia 5.1 Plus, while we have 4000 mAh capacity battery on the Redmi 6 Pro. While the Redmi 6 Pro has to power a full HD plus resolution display, the Nokia 5.1 Plus has to power an HD plus resolution display. But the battery performance is definitely better on the Redmi 6 Pro with a higher capacity battery. So that was the detailed comparison of these two smartphones. So which is a better smartphone to buy here? So in one word, you cannot decide which is better here, because both the devices have their own strengths and weaknesses. So looking at the Nokia 5.1 Plus, the strengths are Android One platform, the powerful Helio P60, great looks, great build quality, and overall decent experience. Now looking at the Redmi 6 Pro, it has a full HD plus resolution display, then MIUI is customizable, good performance all round, and excellent battery life on the Redmi 6 Pro. So both these devices have their own pros and cons. The cons for the Nokia 5.1 Plus is that camera performance is kind of average. There is only HD plus resolution display, and battery capacity is smaller. While for the Redmi 6 Pro, there is no dual VoLTE, and Snapdragon 625 is slightly older chipset, and that's the cons of the Redmi 6 Pro. So based on your requirement, you can choose one of these two devices, since we have mentioned all the pros and cons of these two devices. So this is Nirmal signing off with a comparison of the Nokia 5.1 Plus with the Redmi 6 Pro. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.